Pierre-Jean Robecois was born in Rennes, France on January 13, 1780, around the same time of the French Revolution. Pierre was the child of Margaret Jean Miche and Jean-François Robecois, a printer and bookseller. His father was a social conservative and got involved in a variety of conflicts, eventually getting arrested.
Pierre then went from school to school, each being shut down by the French Revolution.
Until, eventually, through his family, he was able to get an apprenticeship in the pharmaceutical business. After 1 year of working in the pharmaceutical business, Pierre, who was at 15 at the time, was employed by the pharmacy of the French Navy, which had been crippled by the revolution. He worked in the Navy for 1 year until his father was released from prison, so Pierre could go back to his hometown and continue his classical education. Afterwards, his father sent him to Paris to complete his pharmaceutical education. In Paris, he would join a course taught by Antoine François Fourcroy. After attending Antoine's course, Pierre fell in love with the sciences and decided to make chemistry his profession. Pierre joined the army as a military pharmacist. While in the military, he would go to the University of Pavia. After finishing his schooling, he was appointed pharmacist at the teaching hospital in Rennes, and then transferred to the hospital of Val-de-Grâce. His delicate health forced Pierre to resign from his academic activities, becoming a treasurer and eventually president of a society for promoting the welfare of the pharmacists of Paris. Pierre-Jean was married to Laurence Jacquemin Robecois, who was his first cousin. They had 3 children, Sophie Eugene, Laurence Adelaide, and Henry Edmond. Near the end of his life, Robecois was very unhealthy, suffering from many illnesses. Eventually, he suffered an attack of cerebral palsy and passed away in Paris on April 29, 1840, at the age of 60.
Pierre-Jean Robecois was discovered caffeine by drinking a drink homemade in South Africa, and then he get back to his pharmacy in 1821, and then researching on food, on drink. He put a limit of caffeine that can make people overdose. Coffee is the most popular drink today, and in the coffee there was caffeine. Caffeine is the organic compound that stimulates your brain and nervous system, but caffeine is a drug. Because of it, increasingly the activity of your brain and your nervous system is make people more alert, excited, energetic. When we abuse caffeine too much, we will have the effect. Same with other drugs, like you being drunk of caffeine, because caffeine make your brain working a lot to make you awake, and you will get a lot of symptoms like sleep problem, heart attack, high pressure when you abuse caffeine.
And besides his contributions to caffeine and other drugs, he had many other contributions to chemistry and the scientific community. And between the years 1805 to 1835, he published around 60 papers on his contributions to mineral and vegetable pigments, extractive and analytical chemistry, and mineral chemistry. His research on pigments had very functional results, contributing largely to helping the French dye industry. It also turned him towards analytical chemistry, because he worked on isolating components that gave plants the ability to dye cloth. Apart from helping France's dye industry, he also made important developments in France's pharmaceutical industry. He determined many chemical components of substances that are commonly used today. He also investigated the pharmaceutical properties of cantharides, extracted from the Spanish fly. Cantharides were usually farmed for their aphrodisiac quality. However, Pierre was more interested in its capacity for irritating skin and causing blisters to form. He also researched aromas, discovering that for many plants, odor-causing components are only developed when combined with other chemical substances. One important impact he made to chemistry was being the first person to isolate an amino acid, meaning he discovered one of the most fundamental parts of protein. Pierre-Jean Robecois was able to make a great impact in science. His discoveries may have been simple, but they were very impactful for France and the future of chemistry. Who was Pierre married to? Antoine Marie, his aunt; Luc-Long Robecois, his brother; Laurence Jacquemin Robecois, his first cousin; or Marie-Jane Rubinstein, his childhood friend? Question 2. Pierre-Jean Robecois helped in the discovery of atoms combined into molecules, amino acids, the periodic table, or measuring accurate atomic weight. Question 3. Is caffeine a drug, amino acid, carbohydrate, or vitamin?
Shut up! Shut up!
Too loud! You like the skirt, Luke? His research on pigments had very functional results, contributing largely to helping the French dye industry. It also
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?